My name's Eric. I'm a digital nomad traveling around the country in my Subaru Forester, and today I'm escaping normal life in Virginia.
Regular days would turn into never-ending weekends, ordinary way. No, see you when it comes low. You plus me up, ripple effect. One dream in architect. What do you say?
So, I'm up here on top of this mountain, and I am still looking for a place to sleep tonight. As I took this little trail up, I came across lots of people here in tents, and I have my tent in the car. I'm gonna go back down the parking lot, make my dinner, grab my tent, and maybe come up here and set up camp for the night up here in the tent. All right, I think I'm gonna set up right over there, get a nice little view for the evening. All right, tent camping on the side of a mountain tonight. I'm on top of Roan Mountain. Gonna have some stellar views, I think, in the morning. I have absolutely loved my time here in North Carolina, but my plan is still to head north and go into the New England area, still hit Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and I'm trying to do that in just a few weeks. So I am going to be going, I guess, into Virginia next because I have to hit a couple states in order to get to Maine.
No sleep, my veins run dry, I'm empty. I can't see, I'm blinded by this concrete. And I should call you, see what you've been up to. I've been wondering how far did you go?
I found this place on Atlas Obscura, and I use Atlas Obscura a lot to find these kind of off the beaten path kind of little hidden gems. They're usually tourist places, but they're usually the off the beaten path kind of tourist place. Atlas Obscura is the kind of place you would find things like the world's largest ball of twine or the world's largest telephone pole at sea level, which I think is in Arizona. I saw that. Or things like the world's biggest shoe or just weird things like that. So this is a really cool surprise. I'm really glad I came. All right, this is well worth it. Someone put a lot of time and effort into making this. It is definitely worth the $5 donation to come into here. Yeah, someone put a lot of love into this project. It is actually really enjoyable. So this is so cool back here. It's made to look like it's all underwater. So these are all the dinosaurs that would have lived in the ocean. And it's got a fan back here to make it like a cooler climate. All these dinosaurs that would have been in the ocean, and everything is painted blue. And there's like grass and stuff like that, seaweed, and just very impressive. I'm very impressed. All right, I expected cheesy, but instead I got awesome cheesy. This place is great. I love it. If you're in the area, I would strongly recommend you check it out. But my next stop, finally, is Virginia. Tennessee, Virginia. Tennessee, Virginia. Bristol. It's a bad place. I mean, it's a good place to live. Which one's the good one to live in? Virginia or Tennessee? Last night I was sleeping on the side of a mountain. Tonight I am sleeping in a city. I am just gonna have to park here on the side of the curb here in this small town. It's not ideal, but unfortunately I need to get some work done in the area. There is a library in the area and there's a Planet Fitness in the area, and there's no mountains. All right, well, that definitely felt amazing to get that hot shower. Not only have I not had a hot shower in the past 4 days, that particular Planet Fitness has seriously one of the cleanest bathrooms I have ever been in. And if you're someone like me who relies on public bathrooms all the time for your showers and things, trust me, it is very, very, very much appreciated when you come across one that is super clean like that. I think that is something that this lifestyle has really taught me, is to just really appreciate the little things. Although I don't know if having a clean shower is considered a little thing. Most people will probably put that high on their list. But it is very much appreciated when I come across a clean shower like that. All right, there's a library about 9 minutes from here. Libraries are a good way for me to get some work done. It's indoors, so it's air conditioned because it's very hot outside right now. They usually have Wi-Fi and a big desk so I can work at. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I put the chicken and the beans and the quinoa and the veggies all in one place. Now I top it off with a little bit of taco mix, and I got dinner. It's pretty good though. All right, I'm doing this hike called Hanging Rock Observatory. It's only like a mile up, so it's not that bad. We're supposed to have some really spectacular viewpoints. So we'll see when we get up there. It is starting to rain a little bit on me, but it's pretty light rain and I'm in a lot of tree cover, so it's not bad. Since there's like a building up there I can get into if it gets really bad, I guess. But it should be a pretty nice viewpoint at least.
Wish that I could stay in this moment forever, so I can hold you in my arms. I will carry you on my shoulders as long as I'm able. Scare the monsters under your bed. Deep and abiding, liking for you is all I need. Until my heart gives in, I will do everything I can for you. You will grow up in the blink of an eye and move out and beyond your own. But no matter what comes your way, I will stay right here beside you to catch you if you fall.
Well, all right, so I got done with this hike a little bit ago, and I thought I was gonna have to drive to my next spot to sleep for tonight. So it was gonna be a rest stop, and it's directly across the street from where I'm headed tomorrow. But a rest stop is not a lot of fun to sleep at. I've slept at them before, and they're safe, they're fine. However, it's not the quietest night's sleep. It's usually right off the highway, so there's usually a lot of traffic. You might have trucks there running their engine all night. It can just be a big thing. Why not just stay here? I mean, it's this nice, big, open trailhead. No one else is here. There's no signs that say I can't sleep here. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. I got cell phone service and everything. It should be nice and quiet. And it's only like 45 minutes to where I'm headed tomorrow morning. So I do have to make sure I do get up in plenty of time though, because I have a reservation for this thing that I'm doing. I can't wait to show you. It is pretty interesting. It's some history, which is pretty cool, but unique history. Other than that, it is supposed to rain tonight, so this will be my first night in the car when it's raining. We'll see how bad it gets. If I have to sit here in the car with the windows all up, I mean, it might get kind of muggy and a little warm in the car. I might have to turn the car on for a little while to run the air and get some air circulation in there. But yeah, I'm just sitting here right now having a beer, and I'm gonna make dinner in a little bit so I can get done with everything by the time the rain comes. Sorry, I know this is really bad lighting. I'm in the car. I just got done cooking dinner and was actually starting to like brush my teeth and just kind of clean everything up when it started sprinkling. So I kind of quickly rushed everything and threw it all in the car. It's not raining hard or anything, but you know, just sitting here on my phone listening to a podcast. It's a little boring. It's only like 8:30 or something like that. It's pretty early. All right, no, I am not standing outside the White House. This is the Greenbrier. It is a world-class resort known as America's Resort. And I am here this morning because there's actually a fallout shelter that was built beneath this thing in the 1950s and early 60s that was built specifically to house Congress just in case the Cold War ever got too extreme and Russia actually started attacking us. So the thought process was that if Russia or really any kind of nation was to attack us, they would attack Washington, D.C. first. So in case that ever happened, they need to get Congress, the president, and everyone else out of there as quickly as possible. And they decided to send them here, about 3 to 4 hours away from Washington, D.C. in West Virginia. Now what they did was to disguise the construction going on of the bunker underneath the resort. The resort was actually already expanding and doing a whole separate wing. So they were already planning construction going on. And in the midst of that construction, that's when the government stepped in and said, let's also have our guys go in there and build a bunker over 700 feet beneath the surface. Believe it or not, even more than 700 feet beneath the surface. This was still not built to withstand a direct hit by a nuclear bomb, but it was far enough away from DC that if that was attacked, that Congress and the rest of the party would be okay. When they built it, it was over 1,100 beds to suit everyone in the Senate and the House of Representatives. But the whole thing was exposed in the early 90s by a journalist who wrote it in a paper, and the whole thing had to get scrapped. So now you can actually sign up for a bunker tour here. It's $47 for the tour, and I think this is going to be well worth it. I can't wait to go inside. Unfortunately, there are no cameras allowed inside, so I'm only able to show you what I see on the outside of the premise and just around the lobby area. But it should be pretty interesting nonetheless. All right, so I'm standing outside waiting for my reservation time, which is at 11 o'clock, and I'm watching all these exotic cars go by me, and I reach in my back pocket and I feel something, and that's when I realize my shorts are ripped. Can you see them? Yeah. So I'm about to walk around one of the most prestigious resorts in America with ripped shorts. Classy all the way. Fancy it, thank you. Thank you. This place is insane. All right, this is what it feels like to have a lot of money. Everything in here is super over the top and prestigious looking. Every detail, every corner has a detail in it. It is definitely massive in here. There's like many different sections to it. And there's like a little mall I even walked through that had all these stores and everything. And there's a full casino in front of me. It's just wild in here. All right, well, that tour was very cool. I'm a big sucker for history, and even more so, I'm a big sucker for unique things, and this obviously blends the two together. Couldn't bring my cell phone down in there. They actually took our cell phones and locked them up while we were on the tour, but it was pretty neat to say the least. I highly suggest if you're ever in this area and you really think this stuff is really interesting, then I would come to the Greenbrier and check it out. I think it's well worth it. All right, about an hour from here is some hot springs. They're not free natural hot springs, but it's only $30, and I love a good soak in a hot spring, so that is where I'm headed. Well, all right, so I'm at a place called Warm Springs Pools, and apparently this is America's oldest natural bathhouse. It was built in 1761 and still offers visitors an opportunity to come by and check out the 98-degree water year-round. I love a good soak in a hot spring, so let's go check it out. I didn't want to bring my camera in there and do a lot of filming just to respect everyone's privacy. It's basically just a giant pool in the middle of a giant room, and everybody just kind of soaks in the same pool area. So I didn't want to film a lot, but once everybody got done soaking and was in the changing room areas, then I asked one of the attendants if it was okay to do a quick bit of filming, and they said it was okay. One thing they did have that was kind of cool though is they had something called the overflow, and that was kind of like a little waterfall where the hot spring water was coming out that you could sit under and let it just kind of beat down on your neck. So it kind of felt like a hot shower on top of you. It felt really good. I'm driving right now to a trailhead that may be pretty good to sleep at. Never know these kind of things, but I've had a lot of success with trailheads in the past. So we're gonna check this one out and see what it's like. It's only about 3 miles away. All right, well, it turns out this is not a trailhead at all. It's an overlook. It's a very beautiful overlook. It's right behind me. However, there is a sign right when I pulled in that says the area is closed from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. So, can't stay here, have to get online and find another place. Yeah, so just the trials of venturing into a new place every night. All right, for dinner though, I am having some steak and some veggies. All right, well, good morning. I am in the small town of Staunton, Virginia, and I woke up at my campsite last night, which is literally just the side of the road. And I drove here to this small town about 45 minutes away because there is a Planet Fitness. And I was able to get a shower for the first time in 3 days, which was pretty nice. I'm headed to the small town of Waynesboro next, which is a small town over from here. And I'm headed there because I am finally getting something in the mail today that I've been waiting for over a month to receive. I'll talk more about it once I actually have that cable in my hand because I really don't want to jinx it. But I have been tirelessly trying to get this thing for, like I said, over a month now. And it's a big, big day. I am so excited to finally get this thing. I really needed to charge this battery up while I'm driving. So I'm headed over to that town. There's also a library. I have to do some work today. So that's where I'm going. I got it. I got this cable. Finally, it has taken me over a month to get this thing. Let me explain what's going on. All right, obviously this is a charger of some sort, plugs into your car. The other end, however, plugs into my Anker portable power station. Anker is simply the brand, and this is a giant lithium-ion battery. It's what charges my laptop, my cell phone, my watch, anything. Well, it also charges this. This is my fridge. This requires power at all times. So the idea was, because I wouldn't have my car on all the time if I'm sitting parked someplace, I had this plugged into that. Well, this keeps drawing power. If this doesn't have a way to charge because I lost this cable, then this cannot be charged while I'm driving. Now I can charge this with solar that I put up top of there, but the solar is something that just lays on top of there while I'm parked. It doesn't stay up there all the time. You can see that I have no solar up there right now at all. So I can't have it up there while I'm driving. So I do a lot of driving during the day. So I can only park in the sun, which right now I'm parked in the shade because it's hot. So that means I have to be parked in the sun for like 8-10 hours just for that battery to get charged up all the way. So I really needed this to plug into the car so that the alternator in the car can charge this, so that while this is drawing power from this is getting power from the car. The power station is a lithium-ion battery. It needs to be recharged just like your cell phone does, and it comes with 3 cables. It comes with one of these, and I lost it. It also comes with a solar cable, which I actually still have, and it comes with a wall charger cable, so you can plug it directly into the 110 in your house, and you can charge that battery that way. Well, I lost that too, so I lost the car one and the house one. I reached out to Anchor and I said, hey, I see that you don't sell this replacement cable on your website, but I did lose one, so I need another one. They said, no problem. That has to go through our support group, and they only do things by email. They don't have a phone number. I said, fine, no problem. So I emailed them. Well, it has literally taken me a month to get a hold of them to get this cable sent to me. It has literally taken up to a week sometimes just to get a simple response in email that says, yes, we do sell that cable. Would you like one? And then I would send an email back that said, yes, I need it drastically. I'm on the road. This is my fridge on the road. So I need it sent to me as soon as possible. And then several days, if not a week, another week would go by. And it's just a lot of cat and mouse going back like this. So all the way back to the early part of June. Before June actually. So the long story short is I haven't really been able to use my fridge plugged into my power station and use it as a 12-volt fridge because it was just pulling all this power from the battery and the battery was not getting recharged. So hopefully now while I'm driving, this cable will actually charge the Anchor. Hopefully. Well, I'm at my camp spot for the night. This is a national forest, and believe it or not, you can stay here for free up to 14 days. And it is just absolutely beautiful here. It's gonna be nice and quiet. I think it's gonna be pretty buggy, so I'll have to put my bug netting up tonight over the back of the car again. But it's nice and quiet, should be a little cooler here in the forest at nighttime. It's getting quite hot down in the city. And I'm only like, something like 9 miles from the city. So perfect, I gotta go to the library tomorrow and do some more editing. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here for my first week in Virginia. I still have a lot more of the state to see. I'm only kind of around the center of the state right now. I do have plans to go into Shenandoah National Park, and I honestly have no idea how many days I'll stay there. Instead of waiting 2 weeks to put out a new video, I wanna put out a new video. So until next time, thank you for escaping normal life with me.